At 6'7" and 355 pounds, you could say that Mike Edwards was built to be an offensive lineman. Out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Fighting Camels offensive tackle earned second-team All-American and first-team All-Big South honors in 2022. He received numerous preseason accolades and is on the radar of many NFL teams. In his final season as a collegiate football player, Edwards' goal of being a professional football player is within his reach. But the path to get here was not easy, and life does not always go the way it was planned.
Wake Forest was my second choice. I went to a camp there. They offered me immediately, so I just went ahead and went with that since it was a really big school. I think 2019, spring ball, had a really bad concussion towards the end, so I was out for a while, and then one of the first practices of fall camp had another bad one, and that one I couldn't feel my left leg, so yeah, I was out for a really long time. So it was I think it was about a month towards the first game of the season. About that time comes, a doctor comes to me and says, we don't think, we're not comfortable with you playing anymore because we think your head's sensitive to contact. So really just go a year without playing ball at Wake.
As the number 28 recruit in North Carolina and the 53rd best tackle nationally coming out of high school, it was expected that Mike would play for a big school and take a stab at the NFL. The pressure from friends, family, fans, and most importantly himself started to take a toll on Edwards as he saw that his chance to be a professional football player was slipping away.
It hit me really hard at first, and then once I started feeling better and I got back into it, and then I got the second one, I was like, man, and it was really tough. I would say I was really concerned about my health at first, so I was just gonna accept it and just back away. But like I said, the pressure had got to me, so I thought I could just trust the process and get back into it.
Once Edwards' time was up at Wake Forest, he entered his name into the transfer portal. But a pandemic in 2020, COVID-19, kept many schools from looking at new players. There was one school, though, in Buies Creek, North Carolina, closer to his home of Fayetteville, that was interested.
Their high school came to our high school camp every year. So I got to see the kid grow up. And I remember when Clemson was recruiting him and Wake Forest and all these ACC schools. And so we just really just kind of was there to possibly one day, if it doesn't work out, we'll be here, right? So we built that relationship over that. Coach Adam came to my office and said, remember that big old kid that was from this high school? And I'm trying to remember. And he said, he showed me a picture. Oh yeah, I remember him. He said, well, Coach, he might be available. We might can get him. I said, well, we're waiting on. Let's go, right?
When I came here for my visit, me and Mint kind of connected immediately. I didn't really have a connection with the coaches at Wake like I do here.
When you go to ACC or Power 5, you better be ready when you go in the door, or they gonna get somebody else to take your spot, right? Because they can go pick those type of people. We're gonna develop your whole person, and we can be patient with you along the way. And that's the difference between what we can do at Campbell and then what they got to do at that Power 5 at Wake Forest.
After 2 years of not playing football, years of struggling with his weight, Mike wasn't sure if he could play the game anymore. He didn't know if he could live up to the external pressures, and his fear was that he may end up letting down all the people that supported him.
Part of it comes from an expectation of self. You know, when you're a guy that size and you're coming to an FCS program from a Power 5 school, you know, there is a lot that can weigh on you mentally. You know, what am I doing here? And then when you are actually performing, there was a hurdle as well of, it looks off if I'm not dominating every rep, and really having to connect Mike to the grand scheme of things.
Things did catch up to me mentally. I was there would be some times where I question if this is really a thing I wanted to do or not. But I learned how to connect with my coaches and actually talk to them when I had things going on. So That taught me how to trust the process and just keep going.
But it was really spending a lot of time helping him find his purpose and his internal drive, and then once those things started to click, he just took off.
It's almost inspiring, you know what I'm saying? That you see a guy, like you said, coming from that stature, and then him being open and saying, okay, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with the past, I've had these issues. Honestly, it wasn't a really big thing to harbor on his own. You know, we kind of helped him there. We were there just to talk if we needed to talk, support, just being around, jokes, whatever it was, or just being a brother. You know, nothing really particular, just really being there for him on the small things in the day-to-day.
The help from his coaches and teammates allowed Mike to excel in his first 2 years at Campbell. He played a key role for a Fighting Camels offense that led the Big South in passing offense in 2021. And in 2022, led an offensive line that helped Campbell set a single-season passing record for the second consecutive year. And now, on a team with more than 40 new players in a brand new conference, the shy, soft-spoken Edwards has grown into a leader on the 2023 Campbell football team.
And I always told him, when big people talk on the football team, everybody listen, right? So become who you are, man. And he really have taken on that role this year, and our team took off.
His leadership has gone up dramatically. You know, like you said, it was kind of a shyer guy, but now he really uses his voice to be as loud, as big as he is. He uses it now, so that's good to see. He walks in his greatness now. He's starting to walk in his greatness and realize, who he is, what he has, and what he has the potential to be.
After battling and conquering many of life's tests and trials, Mike is now walking in the fullness of that greatness. And the lessons learned at Campbell have brought Mike to the precipice of his dream to be an NFL player.
He's ready. He's ready. He had to understand that the NFL is really about how tough mentally you are. The physical piece, everybody can do that. But can you stay in the moment 365 days a year? Everybody gets up sore. Everybody gets up and don't want to do it. But the ones who's in that building, they overcome that. And so this is what we got to work on. And so now he's ready. He's ready to go.
Like when I was at Wake, I didn't have these connections. Coaches, it feel like I was a hurt racehorse, basically. Like I get hurt and then they just forgot about me. But these guys, they stayed with me through the whole process, even when I was down. So I'll do anything for these guys, really.